So now we proceed further after that. So the parabola will be open upward, open downward. Now the question is, if a will be 0, then what? I told you before, if a will be 0, I told very clearly, if a will be 0, definitely if a is becoming equal to 0, if a is becoming equal to 0, then this quadratic polynomial Px is turning into bx plus c, means a linear polynomial, and so the graph will be a straight line. Right? So the conditions while writing, we are taking a greater than 0 and a less than 0, because if a is 0, it is not a quadratic polynomial, and so it will turn into a linear polynomial, and hence the graph will be a straight line or simple line. Okay. So as it contains two zeros, why two zeros? Because the highest power is 2. So a quadratic polynomial must have two zeros, or sometimes we call roots. Two zeros or roots. Now the question is, what are the zeros and the roots? Zeros or the roots means the value of x for which the polynomial becomes 0 are called the zeros or the roots of the polynomial. So a value for which the polynomial px will become 0 is called zeros of the polynomial. So as the power is 2, so it must have 2 0. If you draw the graph of this, so you will observe that this quadratic polynomial intersects or may touches the x-axis at 2 points, not more than 2 or less than 2, because it must have two zeros. The power is 2, so it intersects x-axis or touches x-axis at maximum at how many points? 2 points. If it is a cubic, it will touches 3 points. If it is a polynomial of degree n, it will touch the x-axis at n points. So polynomial of degree n has how many roots? A polynomial of degree 2 have how many roots? 2 roots. A polynomial of degree 2 have 2 roots. So a polynomial of degree 3 have 3 roots. A polynomial of degree 4 have 4 roots. Similarly, a polynomial of degree 10 have 10 roots. In that case, polynomial of degree n have n roots. Clear? So we focus on this. So a quadratic polynomial must have 2 roots. So let alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. So we are taking as alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. I hope zeros are clear for you. Zeros means the values of x for which the polynomial becomes 0 are called the zero of the polynomial. The values of x for which the polynomial becomes zeros are called the zeros of the polynomial. So let alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. So two important information you have to keep in mind here. If you find alpha plus beta means we are adding the zeros. So we write sum of the zeros. That means we call alpha plus beta, which is nothing but equal to minus b divided by a. If you see carefully the expression for quadratic polynomial, so b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. So sum of the zeros always equal to minus b divided by a, which is equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. You have to learn this formula for solving the sum. Number 2, we have in the same way product of the zeros, that is alpha into beta, which is equal to c divided by a. And what is c in the expression? It is a constant term or coefficient of x to the power 0, and a is the coefficient of x square. So these are the two important formula which we have to keep in mind for doing the sum of class 10 standard of series. One is sum of the zeros minus b by a, which is nothing but minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Another is product of the zeros alpha into beta c by a constant term by coefficient of x square. Questions comes in examination like that, they will ask you to find zeros and verify the relations. Verify the relations between the coefficients and the zeros. So this is called the relation between the coefficient and the zeros. This is called relation between zeros and the coefficient. Relation between zeros and coefficient. This is called relation between zeros and coefficient. So they will ask you to verify the relation. Verify the relation means you are finding zeros, and after that you are calculating sum of the zeros, and you will observe whether it is equal to minus b by a or not. Similarly, you will calculate product of the zeros, and that should be equal to c by a, and that relation to be verified. Okay. Further one, this small information again for the short questions. Sometimes for 1 mark short questions they are asking, and the thing is, they will give you zeros. They will ask you to find the quadratic polynomial. So for this, number 3, otherwise you can write as formula. A quadratic polynomial, a polynomial whose zeros are alpha and beta can be in the form of x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Okay, or you can learn like that, x square minus alpha plus beta is the sum of the zeros, means sum of the zeros into x plus alpha into beta means product of the zeros. So this is one most important formula for 1 marks short questions in board examination. It can come. What is the polynomial, or find a polynomial whose zeros are 5 and 3. Let us do 1 to sum. Find, question is one simple short question, question number 1. Find a polynomial, or maybe a quadratic polynomial. If you are giving 2 zeros, it must be a quadratic polynomial, or simply find a polynomial whose zeros are 5 and minus 3. Solution. Can you go for this? Class, please try this. Anyone can tell me the answer for this? Find a polynomial whose zeros are 5 and minus 3. If you see, the sum is very easy. Zeros are given. We always write zeros as alpha and beta. So one of the simple method goes like that. We can understand here alpha is 5 and beta is minus 3. So definitely alpha plus beta, which is nothing but sum of the zeros, is 5 plus minus 3, which means 5 minus 3, which means 2. And alpha into beta means product 5 into minus 3, which means minus 50. So simple alpha plus beta and alpha into beta to be calculated, because that is required for getting the quadratic polynomial. And after that, you can see therefore required polynomial, we can write even p of x, means polynomial in terms of x. So the formula is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Now the thing is x square minus alpha plus beta, already we have 2. So 2x alpha beta is minus 50. Minus 1. This is the answer. So the questions is very easy. This particular sum is very easy. It is for 1 marks. Polynomials, zeros are given. We calculate sum, means alpha plus beta. We calculate product, means alpha into beta, and then we get the polynomial by using the formula x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. Okay. we can have a tough sum. Take one tough sum. If you take a tough sum for this, question number 2, if you take a tough sum for this, find a, question number 2 it is, find a polynomial whose zeros are 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root. A bit tougher than that. So find a polynomial whose zeros are, 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. So here if you go for the solution in the same way, the process will be same. So here sum of the zeros means alpha plus beta will be 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3, which means cancelling, so 2 plus 2 is 4. And if you find alpha into beta, that means 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. So either you multiply directly, you have done in class 9 standard multiplication for this, or otherwise you can think of your formula a plus b into a minus b. So a square minus b square. So 2 square minus root 3 square. Now 2 square is 4 minus 3, which is 1. So what is the answer for this? Therefore, the required polynomial is x square minus alpha plus beta means 4 into x plus alpha beta means 1. Finally, x square minus 4x plus 1. So this. So this way you can solve the sum. Okay. So today I want you solve this much sum based on quadratic polynomial. I upload my next videos very soon. Please subscribe. And in the case of any doubts, queries, you can get me back on my number, which we will see in the chat. Thank you.